Day 3 of this explosive trial just revealed evidence that nobody saw coming, and the implications are sending shockwaves through Hollywood.
Cassie said he would get physical. That one male guy who did things with Diddy and Cassie said he witnessed him get physical. Don, so again, we talked about how the domestic charges aren't, what he's being, what he's on trial for. But boy, it's stacking up. And I feel that the jury is going to take that into consideration.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
Day 3 started just like the 2 before it. Journalists rushed for the best seats, celebrities slipped in through side doors, and legal teams arranged their papers with practiced precision. But something felt different this morning. The courtroom wasn't just full, it was electric. Security guards stood at every corner of the room. That's normal for a high-profile case, right? Except today, they doubled the usual number. 4 officers positioned themselves directly behind Diddy's table, something they hadn't done on previous days. A court insider later told me they received special instructions that morning, though nobody explained why. Diddy walked in looking unfazed. He wore a perfectly tailored navy suit, nodding at supporters in the gallery, and even flashing that famous smile. His legal team surrounded him like a protective shield, whispering strategy as they settled in. He looked like a man who thought he had everything under control. What he didn't notice was the unusual activity at the prosecution table. 2 tech specialists quietly set up equipment that hadn't been present during the first 2 days. They tested connections and whispered to the lead prosecutor, who kept glancing at Diddy with what can only be described as anticipation. Something was coming, and only the prosecution knew what it was. The rumors were everywhere, a courtroom reporter told me later. People were texting each other from across the room, wondering what bomb the prosecution was about to drop. We all felt it coming. The judge entered, and after the usual formalities, he paused to make an unusual statement. I want to remind everyone present that regardless of what evidence is presented today, I expect complete composure in my courtroom. His eyes lingered on the gallery for a moment before adding, "Any disruptions will result in immediate removal." The prosecution's opening statements that morning followed the same methodical approach we'd seen previously. They reviewed testimony from the previous days, connecting dots between witnesses and evidence. It almost seemed routine until the lead prosecutor suddenly stopped mid-sentence. Your Honor, at this time, the prosecution would like to present critical audio evidence recently authenticated by our forensic team. She approached the bench with a small black device in her hand. The defense immediately objected, claiming they hadn't been properly notified about this evidence. A heated sidebar followed, with Diddy's attorneys gesturing emphatically, but the judge ultimately ruled in the prosecution's favor. The evidence was properly disclosed in discovery, he announced. The prosecution may proceed. That's when it happened. The prosecutor turned to face the courtroom and delivered the words that changed everything. What you are about to hear is the final private recording made by Prince Rogers Nelson before his death. The room froze. Journalists stopped typing.